Every sales professional has heard the phrase, people buy emotionally and justify logically. Neuroscience confirms this. Before a buyer consciously decides to say yes, their brain is already evaluating safety, reward, and risk. The process starts deep in the emotional centers of the brain, which ask, is this safe and beneficial? When a sales conversation feels calm, respectful, and relevant, the brain lowers its defenses, making it easier for someone to consider a positive decision. On the other hand, if a conversation feels rushed or pressured, the brain activates its threat response, making commitment nearly impossible. Great sellers understand this and focus first on creating emotional safety, setting the stage for trust and clarity to follow. Trust is not just a soft concept, it's a neurological prerequisite for a buyer to say yes. The brain is always scanning for risk, especially when stakes are high. Consistency, honesty, and transparency calm the nervous system and open the mind to new possibilities. When trust is established, the threat response fades and the brain is ready to move forward. But trust alone isn't enough. The brain also avoids complexity. Too many options or too much information can overwhelm, causing hesitation. Sales professionals who simplify choices and summarize key points help reduce cognitive load. When the path is clear, the brain feels safe enough to decide, and confusion is replaced by movement toward a decision. The brain is motivated by reward. When prospects visualize positive outcomes, like relief, success, or progress, their reward centers activate, pulling the decision forward. Social proof also reassures the brain. When buyers see that others have succeeded, perceived risk drops and the path feels safer. But the brain reacts even more strongly to potential loss than to potential gain. Ethical sales professionals help buyers understand the cost of inaction and the opportunities they might miss. This isn't about fear-based selling, but about honestly framing reality. By combining reward anticipation, social reassurance, and honest discussion of loss, sellers can guide decisions in a way that feels both natural and ethical. The brain values what it helps create. When buyers are involved in shaping solutions and defining success, their sense of ownership increases, making them more committed to following through. Timing is also crucial. The brain responds differently depending on context and readiness. Effective sellers sense when a buyer is prepared and pace the conversation accordingly, never pushing too soon or waiting too long. Confidence is contagious. A calm, grounded sales professional signals stability and control, which the buyer's brain picks up on quickly. Nervousness or desperation, on the other hand, signals risk. True confidence comes from preparation and belief in the value offered, creating a positive environment for decision-making. The brain remembers how it felt during a decision. If a buyer feels pressured or misled, regret follows, damaging long-term relationships and loyalty. Ethical persuasion ensures that the memory of the decision remains positive, strengthening future opportunities. The neuroscience of yes reveals a simple truth. Buyers don't need to be convinced. They need to feel safe, clear, and confident. By understanding how the brain processes trust, reward, and risk, sales professionals can guide decisions ethically and effectively. Influence rooted in brain science is not manipulation, it's alignment. And alignment is what transforms interest into confident commitment, building lasting success for both buyer and seller.